What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another QTV podcast. And today we're going to be talking about how Samsung and Vizio failed CES 2020 so far. Now, I'm sure if you read the press that are paid to talk about how awesome everything is all the time to help market these products, then yeah, you're going to look at me like I'm an alien. But if you listen to what I have to say, maybe I can change your mind and you might actually see what I'm saying. For starters, let's talk about Samsung. They announced a 99% screen-to-body ratio infinity display. Wow, amazing, breathtaking. Not really, because what they didn't do is listen to the feedback of reviewers, fans, and customers alike. And the one thing that everybody wanted to know is, would there be Dolby Vision on your new displays? They didn't announce that. They also didn't announce whether or not that they would include the same G-Sync capabilities that their monitor is going to have. You know, their monitor has AMD FreeSync and G-Sync, which is great. Would that be coming to the television space? They didn't say. And another problem that we have is that this is the same 8K technology that, again, has no content. This is the same 8K technology that, again, is coming under scrutinization for not being real 8K. Have they addressed that problem? They didn't say. There's a lot of things that Samsung's not saying. The quantum dots last year were diluted due to your viewing angle technology. Have you improved on that? They didn't say. I mean, all they literally came out on stage and did was said, we have a 99% screen-to-body ratio, and everybody is getting distracted about all the other questions that we had. And it leaves me like, are people really this stupid? Like, you had all these questions, they say 99% screen-to-body ratio, and you forget all of them? Not me. I'm going to still ask those questions in 2020 because they are very real and serious questions for the brand. And again, they don't answer any of them. And another thing that I'd like to add as a question that I've been asking is, what are they doing about vertical banding? Something that has plagued Samsung's TVs since literally ever. Like, all the Samsungs I've ever purchased have had some form of vertical banding of some kind or dirty screen effect of some kind. What are they doing to stop that? They didn't say. What are they doing as far as the color implementation this year? Are we going to see some new color tech? Are we going to see some new local dimming tech? No, it's the same thing that we've been getting, guys. And for me, I'm just like, I'm over it. I want them to do more than a one connect box and a thin screen with an infinity like bezel. Like, I never looked at the bezels on my Q8FN and thought they need to be smaller. Sorry, but that just wasn't me as a consumer. I looked at all the other things that people were saying, like Dolby Vision and all the other stuff, right? And I'm sure you are the same way. And this 8K push now in 2020 is so stupid because, as many of you have pointed out, our broadcast stations are still only doing 1080p, and we're not actually getting the full 4K experience on that. And now they want to take it up to yet another level. Meanwhile, the bandwidth from internet providers just isn't on that level. And factor in the fact that, again, internet in general for mobile phones is not on that level. I mean, how are we going to, could you imagine trying to stream an 8K, movie or TV show off of your phone if they ever had something like a TV show like that? I mean, could you imagine how taxing that would be on your phone provider and how much money you'd pay for that? It's just unrealistic, the resolutions that they're trying to push, and as fast as they're trying to do it. It's like the Star Wars franchise. They're just pumping out as many as they can to grab as much cash in the shortest amount of time, but they're not thinking about the long-term effects this has on the consumer market. You're teaching us that you're just going to keep pumping out resolution, so when you actually make a breakthrough, we're not going to care. That's what this says. Now, moving on to Vizio. Vizio is also disappointing because they've downgraded the aesthetic of their entire LED line. The Vizio P-Series Quantum X used to look very premium with a chrome finish on the feet. Well, now this year, it's rocking the same cheap black look that they have on the Vizio M-Series of 2019. In fact, the Vizio P-Series Quantum as well received the same treatment. I mean, the entire line looks cheap, and that's the only way you can say that. And of course, what did they announce this year? An OLED is coming. And now that gets a nice little metal stand, but everything else is pretty cheap. And it kind of goes in line with what I've been saying for years. Anytime a manufacturer announces, hey, we're going OLED, they make the LEDs look less luxurious by comparison so that you step up into that OLED because OLED is expensive to manufacture. I feel like this is a bad move. Now, it's good for the market, again, because you have competition in the OLED space and those prices will drop. Fantastic. But what I'm really twisted about is the fact that in addition to nerfing the aesthetic, they've also gone the route of really kind of confusing a lot of people into thinking that they're getting some really new experience. See, they offer up to 790 something local dimming zones, but they don't tell you that on the 65-inch variant, you're sitting at about what you were at last year, which is around the 390 something mark. That's literally exactly what you did last year. So what have they done differently? Well, SmartCast 4.0, which now offers voice control, but a never-before-seen voice control, and Vizio made it themselves. Yep, the same company that was sued for spying on customers now has a home-built voice control. I don't know how to feel about any of this outside of just disappointed, because there were so many opportunities that Vizio could have had to shine this year, and they didn't take any of them, and instead they did exactly what I predicted: more pushing for OLED, more pushing for increasing the zone count, the typical things they know will work. They went the safe and easy route instead of actually innovating, and I'm really disappointed with it. Now, that being said, I think it's positive again that they're going into OLED, but the way that they're doing it is already toxic out the gate. Do not nerf the appearance of your LED line to make your OLED look more luxurious by default. This is, of course, one of my biggest complaints and something I've been talking about for the longest time. But, of course, this is going to continue to happen because consumers continue to fall for it. So hopefully by making a video like this, that will kind of wake some people up, or at least get people talking and start sharing this information with their friends and just starting an open dialogue, right? Because we have questions in 2020 that still weren't answered from both Vizio and Samsung. Like, Vizio, what are you doing about your soft 720p and 1080p upscaling? What are you doing about that? Is there a new upscaling technology you have? Nope. They didn't say anything about that. What are you going to be doing about Dolby Vision? Are we going to get support for 12-bit color? Nope. There's nothing like that. I mean, what are you doing about HDMI 2.1? I mean, we're lacking in that support. We need true, again, 10 or 12-bit color to go into the next level. You guys are pushing the next level of 8K technology. I mean, how is that going to play out? I mean, like, did you actually get your 8K displays certified? I mean, like, there's so many questions that weren't answered, and I'm so very disappointed. And again, yet again, so far from what I've seen from these two companies, I'm already seeing this as another stopgap year. And you're crazy if you expect anything else off of what we've seen from them so far, because Samsung left a lot of unanswered questions and Vizio nerfed their visual appearance. So I'm only going to assume that the internal appearance, the actual performance, is going to see a downgrade as well, to again scale it back to make their OLED, their first chance on the market, stand out and look like Superman. At least that's my guess. I could be wrong, and I would hope to be wrong in that front, but I will not hold my breath until further notice. But that being said, I am so very curious to see what you guys think about this. I mean, is this good news to you guys? Because right now I feel like Samsung's just distracting everybody with the 99% screen-to-body ratio thing and not really talking about the Dolby Vision and the important stuff. And Vizio, as you guys know, I feel is just dropping the ball there as well. But again, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thanks for watching the #1 brand in honesty, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.